DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Danny McCray, Heckma Harrison, and Newey Scruggs.
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Players Lounge, brought to you by Tostitos, right here in the SWBC podcast studios at the Star. The Dallas Cowboys, the locker room is open right now.
Okay.
I just left. CeeDee Lamb has spoken. Feels very confident. And then I saw one Brandon Cooks walking towards the weight room.
I started receive on my fantasy team.
Not in the right direction.
There was a media member who stopped and had a quick message with Mr. Cooks. And there's that kind of like courtesy where he walked down there to meet Mr. Cooks, had a word. So I didn't interfere, but I texted, what happened? What's the word? What he said? So he's got an MCL sprain. I'm no doctor, so you three know what it means? Tell me what it means.
I know he's not going to be 100%. That's what that means. That means that, when you're making cuts and you're planning, depending on what the route is, it may be harder for you to come out of the cuts than it usually is. And then you're also worried in your mind about what's going on with your knee, right? As much as you want to say, I'm going to go out there and do it without having to worry about that, it's still in the back of your mind. So not 100%, not the best news, but we'll see how it goes.
I've seen teammates, have this injury in the past, and every single one of them, they've played, but it was never at a skill position. It was always, a defensive lineman or an offensive lineman going out there dealing with this injury. So from what they were talking about, it's kind of just how you deal with the pain. Like, what's your pain threshold is how you're going to be able to get through it. But if we're being honest, man, this was his kind of bugaboo. This was his MO. He's been a super consistent wide receiver for years and years, getting 1,000 yards with all types of different quarterbacks. But his MO, like Newey said, has been injuries. Can he make it through a season without getting scratched up or scathed? And we've got one game in, and he's already, in the ice tub. So we'll see where it goes from here.
This is a wrong week for this. It's the wrong week for this. And I went back and looked at the tape. I did not see the play that he was hurt on. But, we know how MCLs go. And if he can go, I'm sure – or if they can hold him back, this would be the week. Obviously, it's an AFC opponent, and you don't want to see him risk getting hurt anymore. As Danny McCray has said, Cooks is 1A, 1B on the number one receivers list, and he's a guy that we're going to count on. So how does that impact the game plan? Not having Brandon Cooks, because I think Brandon Cooks is now going to open up so much for the other receiving group. So you need that, and it's going to be so much needed as far as the balance, especially in this game for the Cowboys offense.
Whoever come in better be ready to crack block, because Big Mike finna call them runs, okay? It just for y'all who don't know what crack blocking is, go watch old tape of Dwayne Harris, okay? When he got in the game, they line you up at number one, they motion you in, you be number two, and then all of a sudden that linebacker or that defensive end, that's your assignment, okay? You got to make sure that you clean that block up so Tony Pollard, Dowdle, all those guys, they can get outside. Maybe Deuce, maybe
Turpin might be up in there.
Maybe Turpin, or our running back number two, Turpin.
The Turpin package.
So just based on what Big Mike said, we're gonna be running the ball. We're gonna be running the ball anyway. Okay, our defense gonna get out there. They're gonna play great. Now we're gonna be running the ball. That'll be our focus. So Brandon Cooks, if you need some time, take some time, bro.
To be fair to him, just kind of going over his career numbers. Last year in Houston, 13 games he played there, but we know that he took a couple games off after that Cowboy trade didn't go through. So thus the 13 games he played in 2022, 2021 in Houston, played 16, 2020 in Houston. He played 15, 2019 with the Rams when they went to the Super Bowl. He played 14, played 16 in 2018 with the Rams.
That's a lot of games.
It's
not a concern.
16, yeah. So New Orleans
compared to other people on the roster.
Ain't other people. One big gentleman.
No, that's not true. Dak got his leg broke a couple years ago. He had the thumb. You got Tyron. Now we got Tyler, who was out last game.
Right.
We had Leo, who we just talked about, who's off the roster, but he missed the whole season. So it's not anything that's out of the norm, especially in the sport of football. But that's pretty dang on good.
I just want to make sure we
for a guy who's been in the league. That's
more than that for some reason.
Right. That was why I looked it up. Just like, okay, let's make sure we're fair. We're trying to make sure that we're fair about this thing here. So is CeeDee Lamb? We'll start with you, Heck. Is CeeDee Lamb? Is this a statement game for him?
I mean, I've already stated that I feel like when it comes down to, and I'm talking about the Sauce Gardner matchup for CeeDee, because I feel like when you get to the playoffs, you're going to come up against some of the best, especially in the NFC. You go to the San Francisco 49ers, especially the Philadelphia Eagles.
Huh?
You're going to have some, yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Those are some bona fide cornerbacks. And so, to me, man, CeeDee's like that talent that he's just on the outside looking in. Like, nobody ever talks about CeeDee amongst the elite wide receivers in the league. You never hear his name. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like that feeling of trying to get on the plane on will call. That's never happened to you. But yeah, I mean, what is this? Remember your audience. All right, so you never have to fly will call.
What is this?
What is a standby? You know, you never flown standby. So
I'm always standing by.
It's first class. But it's like he's waiting to be selected into that group. And
is it warranted?
Not yet.
No, is it warranted for him to be on the outside looking in, trying to get into that upper echelon? Okay, just
yes,
because
yes, and I mean he's had slow starts, and like for me, I just want to see him because I respect his game, I love him so much. I just want to see him have that defining, and he had it against New England a couple years back in the overtime win. But I just want him to have that season where you see CeeDee ball out, 1,400 yards, 15 touchdowns, something like that. And that's when you want to reach that elite status. That's where you have to be, and I think it starts going against this kind of defense.
I think the time for him to do that was when Kellen Moore was here, and you were going to look at a guy who was going to be calling a lot of passing plays, figuring out, how to get the receivers open, hopefully, and letting Dak complete those passes. I think now with the change in philosophy that we're looking at, right. It may be a little bit more difficult for a guy like CeeDee Lamb to go out there and get 1,500 yards. You got Cooks here, you got Michael Gallup back healthy again, so it's not like he's the only option that's out there. So 1,500 to me seems like a lot. How many did he have last week? 70-something?
Yeah, I think he had like 76 or 67.
So we already starting off on the.
I think last week was tough because Mike spoke about the rain and the fact that they dialed the game plan back a little bit, considering, okay, you're up. You need to just really, run the clock, protect your D. I think this is different. He spoke about 15 minutes ago, going up against Sauce Gardner and DJ Reed, saying, hey, I played DJ in college, he played at K-State. So I think that looking at Jordy Nelson, Greg Jennings, Donald Drive, just guys that McCarthy's had in terms of wide receivers. And yes, he had Brett Favre. Yes, he had Aaron Rodgers.
And what we know about those two guys, and when they find their guy, they get the ball.
They gonna get you.
Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, they gonna get you target. I'm talking about all type. Hey,
okay.
Snap, turn, look, throw.
Based on what I saw at training camp, that's there, man. Those two dudes. I mean, if you don't have them on your fantasy team, but if somebody's got CeeDee Lamb on their fantasy team, I think at the end of the year, you're going to look back and they're going to be talking about what Heckman was saying, him having those kinds of numbers. Even though Mike has talked about, wanting to make sure you protect your defense, I just think CeeDee Lamb is going to have that kind of season. It may not be this week, because this week's it's good.
Tough.
I think we may see a heavyweight fight here between two defenses. I think the Cowboys are going to win this thing. But we may not see. We ain't gonna see Tyreek Hill type. No, he ain't gonna be doing.
That's the thing. I think the measurement for success for CeeDee to me is. I'm not saying he's not gonna be successful and be the guy here. I'm just talking about when you look at getting in that upper echelon numbers wise with guys like Justin
numbers
Jefferson,
like that, where Kirk is just staring you down and going.
I don't think that is going to be what happens here because. Great defense. Big Mike said he's going to play into what the defense is doing. We expect the defense to play like that very often. Yeah. So we expect to be ahead, and we expect to be trying to protect the lead.
Nursing lead,
a lot of the season. So when you have that, it's not that CeeDee Lamb isn't that guy. It's, okay, if you're really saying we're playing to our defense and making sure we don't make the same mistake we made last year, then the opportunities to make those type of plays, Tyreek Hill in a close game like that where it's touchdown for touchdown, we don't expect to see that against our defense. And if we do, then we got something to worry about.
Well, personally, don't you believe that CeeDee is trying to break into that atmosphere of elite players? It's a contract year for him, basically. So, I mean, he's trying to prove it too.
Yeah, I mean, he can try to prove it all he wants to. He can only catch the ball.
Let me just give you a projection. You guys go around the table and tell me if you think this is on point. The projection, 68 catches on 98 targets for 1,309 yards. That's what's projected for him this year.
I can see that. I can see that happening. 1,300 and some change. I can see that happen. That's the top of where I'm going with it, though. I don't say he's going to get 14 or 15. I just can't see that. Like what McCray said, there's just too many options out here. You got Pollard in the backfield. You got your tight ends who we've seen Dak likes to throw to. Gallup. You got Cooks on the outside as well. So I think there's too many options for him to reach that Justin Jefferson type numbers, even a Jamar Chase type number. So, but I can see him having a real successful
1,300
season.
over under on that.
Under. If I got to go, I'm going under 13.
I'm gonna go over.
I'm gonna go under.
I'm gonna go over.
You going over 1,300?
Yeah.
The only one I think is off is are you finna go down the list?
No.
Oh, because I think the catches is off. I think he's gonna get
More
nine.
than that.
I think he's gonna get 9, maybe 9 catches a game for a string.
Yeah,
for a
actually,
string.
yeah.
I think that
He had 100 last year.
Yeah, I think that 68 is low.
Yeah.
I think that 68 is low, especially if you're looking at, like you said, the Devontae Adams type of connection where you turn and throw and see what he can do with the ball in his hands. He's gonna rack up 8, 9 catches a game.
Yeah. But he's also dealing with a different coordinator as well. I mean, we all understand Kellen Moore had that pass happy offense out there, and as we've seen, we didn't really get to see McCarthy's full offense last week because they were up 13 points by the time the national anthem was done. So I think they're gonna go out there.
You need to put an adjective
Off the
on
plane.
Yeah, off the plane.
Come on.
You need to put an adjective on that, on the coordinator.
On the coordinator, got to put an adjective.
Super Bowl winning.
Oh man. I'll give him that. I ain't gonna disrespect him. I ain't gonna give him respect.
You have to. He's earned it.
So it is. It's a different coordinator out there, and like I said, I just can't see him going above 1,300. Okay. With the offense loaded like that.
If he gets the way he gets to 13, if he has a couple of those games where it's 150, 175, he got to have a couple of those.
Go off.
So I think that's a little bit more up in the air of like, okay, 13 versus the 2,000 that Tyree saying he's about to try to get, or Justin Jefferson going 17, 1,800. I think that's fair for CD. Yeah. But I do think the catches, he'll be over 68 catches. I think he'll be over. We blew him about by how much last week? By 40. Yeah. And you could see that it was a concerted effort to make sure that you got CeeDee Lamb the ball no matter what. Okay. So I think he had more than 60. Like he had 100.
Yeah, 107 last.
Players Lounge, brought to you by Tostitos. We got Danny McCray, Heckma Harris, and Barry Church. I'm Newey Scruggs. So with Brandon Cooks and the MCL sprain, we don't know exactly what will happen there when the Cowboys face the Jets on Sunday. So let me bring up two names. And I'll start with you, Church.
Yes, sir.
Michael Gallup, Jalen Tolbert. Our belief level is
come on, let's go.
You believe, boss?
Come on.
You believe now?
Wait, I'm sorry. Hold on, wait. Add another name to that, okay? Or add RB2 to that. Who's our running back number 2?
You talking about Turpin?
Add him. We don't know. Okay. We don't know. He might be the guy.
Okay,
so add Turpin in there.
So we're saying these are the
these are the 3 names where you say, okay, if Cooks can't go,
okay,
who will step in and be that guy, the number 3 receiver?
I'm telling you, who got to be it and who better be it is Gallup. It has got to be.
No, I'm saying if Cooks is not there, then you got CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup. Who steps in to be that number 3 guy?
Who steps in to be number 3? Because Gallup's gonna be that number 2.
Yeah, Gallup's gonna be number 2.
Who's gonna be that number 3 guy? It's got to be our guy. It was Tolbert.
Gotta be Tolbert.
It's gotta be Tolbert. As much stuff as I talked about, and I'll speak for myself on here. As much stuff as I talked about that man last year, waving a towel and putting his hat on, he went to work. He went to work this offseason and knew you were in California. And you said when you were watching those practices, he stepped his game up a little bit. He got more consistent as a wide receiver out there. And in the preseason, it showed. I remember his rookie season, we went out there and the guy could barely get open. He was lined up off sides, couldn't. It just wasn't working right. It just wasn't working right. But this preseason, you saw the difference. The guy was making plays out there. Even the catch that he didn't have, I think he had 1 foot in, deep pass, 50-50 ball. He was able to make those contested catches. So he put the work in during the offseason, training camp. So hopefully all that work he's put in, if he's getting an opportunity out there, he can take advantage of it.
I'm going to the time, consistency, and proof part of this with Jalen Tolbert. And that's where the biggest question mark is. Can he do it? we've had a year where everything that you just said, you didn't see him separate, you didn't see him catch the ball, so the confidence wasn't there in this game. He comes back this summer. You guys say he had a good training camp. Okay, now here's your opportunity. Now's your opportunity, and he may be doing exactly what you said Dwayne Harris was doing on the crack. So what the expectation is for him? 2-3 catches, but guys like Jalen, the Turpin. I need to see, like, Turpin really surprised me, not so much as a gadget guy, but just the speed in which he's playing with and how much they used him. So I look for his numbers to increase also. But, man, it's going to be really interesting to see Turpin because you're going to need guys like him to contribute this year. Period. And so I'm looking forward to it, man. He gets another opportunity to show that he deserved to be drafted where he was.
Yeah, listen, I hope Jalen Tolbert comes out and he's like one of the possession guys, right? Like you said, 2 to 3 catches. But those 2 to 3 catches are, hey, man, we really need this first down. And somehow Michael Gallup and CeeDee Lamb aren't able to get open or they're getting double teamed. And he needs to be able to step up and make sure that we know he's there. The thing that worries me about it is it does seem like they're really trying to get Turpin in. You are 100% correct on how bad they wanted to make sure that Turpin was a part of this offense. So I don't know if now that opens up an opportunity for Turpin to then play receiver while Tony Pollard is out there, or do they keep him in the same role that they had him in last week?
Was he that cold at TCU as a receiver? Yeah. He was like that, huh?
Yeah. Look, better coordinator, man. Man sees a vision. That's what we all need. Church that had a vision for you. Church that had a vision for you when you got here. They had a vision for Michael Parsons. Your man Kellen just turned his back on him. Now we got McCarthy. Vision touchdown. See,
now you gonna be out there running tall sweeps and stuff.
Jet sweep. Let's go.
He was productive. He was productive.
The man was an MVP in the USFL, the whole league.
He
did his best, second best players in the world.
Best of the second best, and came in and made the Pro Bowl. So on special teams.
Can you say the world because it's National Football? Okay, just
here we go. That
of the world, Craig.
Let's get our first break.
The USA gonna lose. I know he was over there.
This ain't FIBA. This the NFL. Football, not FIBA. Jets D versus Cowboys D. Let's do it right here on the Players Lounge next on DallasCowboys.com radio.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
Hi, I'm Danny McCray, Dallas Cowboys alumni player here with Smoothie King. And Smoothie King wants to ask you, what's that sound? That's the sound of you and everyone else absolutely loving new smoothie bowls from Smoothie King. And woo, me too. These smoothie bowls start with acai and pitaya and are handcrafted with fresh toppings like sliced bananas, sweet berries, crunchy Purely Elizabeth granola, and a savory peanut butter drizzle. New smoothie bowls, only at Smoothie King, the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys.
To kick off the 2023 NFL season, Hugo Boss teamed up with the NFL and Micah Parsons to launch an iconic apparel collection featuring hoodies, crews, t-shirts, polos, joggers, and more. The bold, unique apparel of the Boss NFL collection unites football and fashion while reflecting what it truly means to be a boss. Get yours today at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, at HugoBoss.com, and at Boss retail stores. #Be your own boss.
We got big personalities. We got big hair, big belt buckles. We got fans all across this big state and enemies in every other one. We even got a big star on the 50-yard line. Smirnoff knows football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks home or away, we rally together. We cry together, and we always rally cry together because, most of all, we got big love for them boys. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Rally Days presented by SeatGeek. Give NFL fans an experience of a lifetime the day prior to the Dallas Cowboys home games on September 16th. Enjoy activities at Miller Lighthouse and get a behind-the-scenes tour of AT&T Stadium and more. Visit attstadium.com/Rally Days for more information and to get your tickets today.
Thank you, Heckma Harrison. Players Lunch brought to you by Tostitos. The players on the show, Danny McCray, Barry Church, I'm Roy Scruggs. I'm not the player. They're the players. Church, you got things you want to talk about, man.
What we talking?
You snap count guy now?
Yeah, I'm just saying. I looked it up. We looked at the snap count percentage-wise, and, a lot of cats was counting my boy out. He was counting my boy out, man, and he went out there, and he showed out. And obviously the coaches, they saw something, too. Second most snaps on the team. I'm talking about Neville Gallimore. For the people that don't know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about Neville Gallimore out here. A lot of cats counted him out.
This is what's gonna happen to you, okay?
What's gonna happen?
Because now we got a baseline, okay?
34. So
we
count snaps every week.
Week 3, week 4, we start looking at it.
It's only going up,
and that's how we gonna count.
It's only going up.
Because I expect to see our first rounder who got 17 snaps. I expect him to see an increase snap count. So if here's an increase, he biting out of somebody's snaps.
He must be talking about Olsen.
That ain't good.
Neville Gallimore.
If he ain't hurt,
34.
Stay healthy, my dog.
Okay.
I don't even want to put that on you.
34 right now.
34 right now. We
34 against a running team.
Yeah, so I'm saying.
Because the coach was like, look, we got to stop Saquon. Who we going to put in there?
Gallimore get up. He better get more than 34 this week.
Gallimore get up. Oh, yeah. He might.
Chauncey Golston at 30.
Yeah,
Golston with 30.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
A couple cats ain't get a lot of snaps, though. A lot of snaps. I don't want to say nothing, but some cats.
I ain't going to listen, because I talked about it at nauseum the whole offseason. Whole training camp, whole preseason. We had this discussion about what you expect out of your first rounder. We know that he's a little behind. Okay, we know it's a little. Well, actually, we know how far behind. About
you being nice right now.
He about 50% behind.
He had the wrong fit going to the club. He had to go home, change his fit, come back. He showed up late, man.
Playing devil's advocate.
Oh, here you go on the fence.
There we go.
No, I'm not on the fence. But
you want to make sure when you walk in that locker room, you don't get hit with it.
It was him, man, bro. He said it. He said it, Mozzie. Get him.
I bet you won't walk in there with a player's lounge shirt on.
77 and I good. I was saying 77.
But that's why you always do that, because every time we talk about it, you'll never say that. Yeah, I think it's good. Kid.
Pro Bowl. What is that in a Pro Bowl?
Hall of Famer.
Told him to. I might go pick up the jacket.
Yeah.
Here it is.
He definitely gonna get one of those though, for sure.
Yeah, he should.
Could the fact that the score and the competitive football phase was over at halftime have anything to do with
that? Make it worse.
But that will get the young guy in there more.
Yeah,
if we need to get you some experience. We get you some reps.
I'm talking about for Gallimore. I'm just looking at Gallimore.
Like it was garbage time.
I'm just
because
saying,
he was there for the jump.
Look, let's be honest, Church.
What's happening?
When you pick a guy.
My track record isn't the best. I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. My track record.
They be like, "Hey, don't pick me."
Hey, I've had the Madden curse. All right, I've had it. I've had the Madden curse with these guys lately, but something different about Gallimore. Man.
See,
something different.
My guy over Channel 5, Pat Donnie, the same thing. He jump on a guy. Like his guy this year coming out of training camp for the Rangers, Jacob DeGrom.
That's not good. He ain't doing much.
I'm just saying,
my track record ain't good.
But
last year was all on Quinn Ewers of Texas.
You stamped him. You stamped him.
I got two guys.
Years ago.
Who's your other guy?
Neville Gallimore is still up in the air. McQuamu, though, I was the first one on Israel. Okay, I was the first one on Israel.
I get that.
All right, I was the first one on it.
I
was the first one on.
Damn shame what happened to Izzy.
You want to curse anybody else?
Eric Gilbert, remember that?
Double G. My bad, Double G. If I got you, man. My bad, Double G.
Damn shame.
Who else you want to list?
Man, my bad.
Just stop
Double
there,
G,
man. Leave it alone.
Kevin Moore.
K Moore, man.
Well, I mean,
K Moore doing his thing,
you got to put
man. K Moore
opposite
doing
of
his
Dalton
thing,
Schultz, because Dalton Schultz, he was like, nah. And then Dalton Schultz went out there.
You did.
So, yeah.
Because I'm the only one that puts my thoughts out there. You know, we got guys on the fence here, and they don't want to put themselves out there. That's why they don't get. That's
you
why
mean a guy on the fence. You got one fence guy. He's a fence guy.
I don't know. Who's been
no risk.
Oh, listen. Go listen to it.
I don't know, man.
We need to name him.
I don't know.
I've been saying we should draft a what for the last few years?
We ain't put no name on it, though.
Who?
We ain't put no name. I'm talking about when Cats is already in the building.
No, Rashawn Slater. He put his name on Rashawn Slater.
All right.
Should have got him.
That's
No.
Who?
Rashawn Slater shouldn't have got him. No.
Who? No. When it was happening, that's what I said.
Well, that was who you wanted.
No,
but
I'm saying when it was happening, that's what I said.
Yeah. No.
Now, we got Michael Porter. Don't act like the dude's a bad player.
Who you talking about?
Slater.
I know. I'm just saying.
He and I on that one. You were for Slater. He and I were.
No,
not.
what I'm saying, they turned out to be bad. I'm saying I wasn't saying Michael wasn't gonna turn out to be good. I was saying
Right. No, it was what you kept saying that there was an issue. There was a time.
He put his stamps on guys.
See, I put them on him. Hey, if I see you, I see you.
People start getting
Exactly.
Because
we ain't gonna just act like Herbert's trash. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do like Herbert's just trash.
You picked him over
We ain't gonna put him like he's trash.
Nah, he's not trash.
Like, come on, let's be real. Let's be real.
Make a my guy list for church.
Let's be real. The only people I missed out on. Only guy I missed out on. Double G.
Double G.
That was.
And you was standing on table for Double G.
Double G. Double G was my guy.
You was outside at RV Funtown.
That was it. Really, if we're looking at it, that might be it.
Yeah.
Was Double G? That was pretty much
Double
it.
G opposite on Dalton Schultz in there right now. You were shaky with Neville just until we saw the snap
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
McQuamble, Neville.
Yeah.
Double G and what was the other? What was my miss? Double G and who?
You about 50%.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
you listen to these, but you act like, you done missed out on everybody. Man, heck no.
He called you out for killing too.
Yeah.
You questioned me on the second contract for Diggs. You questioned me though.
Was I the only one?
Nah, I laughed.
See, that's what I mean. The narrative be spinning out here, man.
But he called second contract after Trayvon gave up. I don't know how many yards with Nolan. It was a bad game. I was like, oh no.
Had to check the timing.
We got
on
work
that.
to do. It was horrible coaching.
I'll give you that. Well, you did call second contract.
Watch this.
Now, Church and I were on point about them taking Diggs in the first round. We were there.
That's
we
true.
did say
That's
that
true.
they didn't do it. Obviously, they took CeeDee Lamb, but we were there on Diggs. But you lost faith at them first few games. You lost faith.
You was laughing when you said second contract.
We used to call him double move shouty, man. They was eating him up.
Roll Tide.
They was eating him up.
Yeah, got good coaching.
Nah,
that was the old school. Y'all talking about the old school players lounge.
Yeah, that was
back in the day players.
Back in the day.
I got
you. People was on here talking about, Dak wasn't the lead, man. I mean, that was.
Whoa.
We're going to take a break.
Am I wrong? We ain't going to dive too much into it.
McCray's out tomorrow.
Facts.
We will do picks early. We'll do picks early since McCray's out tomorrow. Right here, Players Lounge. DallasCowboys.com.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
To kick off the 2023 NFL season, Hugo Boss teamed up with the NFL and Micah Parsons to launch an iconic apparel collection featuring hoodies, crews, t-shirts, polos, joggers, and more. The bold, unique apparel of the Boss NFL collection unites football and fashion while reflecting what it truly means to be a boss. Get yours today at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, at HugoBoss.com, and at Boss retail stores. #Be your own boss.
We got big personalities. We got big hair, big belt buckles. We got fans all across this big state and enemies in every other one. We even got a big star on the 50-yard line. Smirnoff knows football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks home or away, we rally together. We cry together, and we always rally cry together because, most of all, we got big love for them boys. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Head to the Pro Shop at Arlington Parks Mall in Arlington, Texas on Saturday, September 23rd between 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. for a Cowboys collection on tour. See rare team archives, customized headwear, grab a gift with a purchase, and enter for a chance to win a giveaway. Stay tuned for more tour stops coming throughout the season.
Thank you, Heckma Harrison.
Gotcha.
Heckma Harrison, Louis Scruggs, Danny McCray. Players Lounge. Right, we'll do picks here in a minute. We did say Jets D, Cowboys D, so let's pop in on that one there. I'm going to start with you, McCray. How do you look at these two defenses here?
I look at these defenses being pretty similar. All right, they got young talent on there. They got a monster on the front line with Quinnen Williams, who kind of gets everything started up there. And their defensive coordinators are known for being great. Look at them. What's wrong with you, man?
Boy, slid that in there.
They lost this week. Usually you go, they went out there and lost.
I picked them to lose this week.
And they lost. So why you still saying roll tide? Anyways,
I look at these defenses. You know what? I see key players from Alabama on both defenses.
What about LSU?
Who's out there?
Damone Clark out there?
Okay.
He like you. You forgot, huh? There, see. Now, anyways, I look at.
He didn't do anything. I mean, he's still new, right?
See, now you reach.
I need to see some more.
Now you reach.
I need some time for consistency.
Okay, go Tigers.
Okay.
Go Tigers. There you go. See,
he was waiting on.
He's in Washington, right?
He going to say Jabril.
Where's he at? Washington?
Like I said.
Slugs.
Who got 219 minutes? Okay. There we go. What was I talking about? Okay, defense. Young talent. Okay, Quinnen Williams up front, leading the charge. You got young star out there in the secondary. And then, oh, by the way, opposite of that, man went out there and had a hell of a game on Monday. Was it Reed?
You talking about White, the safety, Whitehead.
I'm sorry, Whitehead. Yeah. Not opposite of that. On the next level, you got a guy who went out there and had 3 interceptions in a game. Right? They play fast. Saleh is known for being great with players and being able to call defenses against big-time offenses, all right? That's why he got the head coaching job up there in New York. So, to me, similar all throughout. Do we have more? Absolutely, because we got the bazooka.
Tell them.
We got Gilmore. We got Diggs. Well, you could just start naming safeties off. You could and I'll keep going all the way through Bill. Like you can just all through there. DeMarcus Lawrence. I think people forget how good DeMarcus Lawrence is. And we said this I said this many times. As long as he continues to get full years under Dan Quinn, he will continue to get better. Because I remember he was injured the first year, and everybody's like, yeah, I don't know. Full year, ball. This year, you see him come out of there beating blocks faster than you could blink your eyes. So, similar, but I think we got more. It's going to be a tough test for our offense, though.
No, I'm with you as far as they're really similar defenses when you talk about player for player out there. Because you go into the secondary, I feel like Sauce and Diggs, are kind of, which one are you? What's your flavor? Which one do you pick? You want a straight lockdown or you want a guy that gets turnovers? I mean, it's 1A, 1B when you talk about that. And then you talk about their second corner. Reed's no slouch. Reed can hold his own out here. That's why they don't travel Sauce Gardner. They just play left and right because they believe Reed is a good player. And you match him with Gilmore, maybe player of the year Gilmore is up top. Yeah. That was a couple years ago. So I'm going to say they're pretty similar as well. So only thing that's really different, between those two their two defenses is that front for the Cowboys is just, you got waves upon, you got, Parsons, Lawrence. Then you got Sam Williams, Fowler. You got Armstrong and Golston. You just go down the list. They're extremely deep when you talk about that defensive line. And New York's no slouch, but after Quinnen Williams, you got the guy from Florida State, Tremaine Johnson and all that, but they're not touching their defensive line. So to me, they're pretty similar. It's just in the positions that you want to watch, the impact positions, defensive line and secondary. I give it to the Cowboys because the linebacking core for New York, I believe, is better than ours. But those other two realms, I got to give it to the Cowboys. So overall, I believe the Cowboys got a better defense.
Man, what I don't want to do is repeat anything that y'all just said, but y'all hit the nail on the head with both of these defenses because of the athletes that they have. The great separator for me is Micah Parsons, period. The way that Dan Quinn is using number 11, man, it's just when you turn on the tape, it's like if you in that defensive line room, you like, man, we gonna eat because we know what kind of attention he's gonna get from the opposing offensive line. When you saw those stunts and guys like Osa had all day to get his sack. All right, Chauncey Golston got a sack. These guys are going to eat because of the effect that Micah Parsons has, and to me, that is going to be the one thing that when you get throughout the season, as the things start talking about him being defensive player of the year, all those things, it's going to be, man, how is he affecting these teams, and how are offensive coordinators going to deal with Micah Parsons? But on the other side for the Jets, don't just not get it twisted. Quinnen Williams is different.
Beast.
He is different. And Baby Huey, I don't know where he's from. I don't know if he was born that size. That dude that's a big kid inside of there. But when I just want to go back to something you said about the linebackers. Their linebackers do it.
Yeah, C.J. Mosley.
Mosley. I've liked C.J. Mosley since he was in Baltimore. Another guy from, I believe.
I thought you were about to say the school. Okay, we know what school he went to. Don't even get him started.
But see, I'm just saying, CJ is different, and I think it's the speed that they play with. It's the speed that they play with that I think is so crazy. When I watch it on tape, I'm like, these guys are flying around. So look, it's going to be a great matchup. The same thing, and like what I don't want to see is us making any special teams miscues, get behind early because of something dumb, a turnover, a fumble, or something crazy happen, because they have the kind of defense that can really shut you out. Right, so Robert Saleh, I respect his game as a defensive coordinator. He earned his bones when he was with the 49ers. I mean, how many more head coaches does Bosa have to make? Right, it's just like he getting guys head coaching jobs, but man, it's another guy in that line. And again, Saleh has an aggressive defense, and what Mike McCarthy said about Sauce Gardner, I thought that's the greatest compliment. Just talking about his length and him playing that fade ball down in the red zone. It's hard when you're going up against a tall corner like Sauce Gardner is. So this is going to be an epic matchup, man. Can't wait to see it.
Saleh got to get his soul back though, because he lost it on Monday when Aaron Rodgers.
I never seen it. It's just he was gone. He was a skeleton, man. He was a skeleton. He was gone.
I said he
ain't well.
Walk by. Hey.
He was out of there.
It's gonna be all right. We got another one, okay?
He was out of there.
Call the play, coach.
It's gonna be a real test though, to see if McCarthy's really that upgrade. I'm just saying, this is gonna be it.
This is the one.
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 The team you was in, you was all in.
Really though,
the Giants.
Really though.
What do you need to see? Because from him coming up against a defense like that, what are you saying? Like if this offense could get this many yards versus this kind of defense, then I might be sold with Mike McCarthy.
To me, it's not going to be much about the yards. It's about what they look like driving down the field. Like if we see them going out there. Oh, you want to? All right, we can dive into this. Yeah,
we don't run out of time.
You're right. Let's go ahead and get these picks. We can talk about this tomorrow. We'll talk about it tomorrow.
It's 5 games. It's going to take a little. Make sure we get there. All right, Thursday Night Football. The Philadelphia Eagles hosting the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings lost last week at home to Baker Mayfield and Tampa Bay. It's a 7-point spread here for Philly with Minnesota in the city of brotherly love. I'll go first. Give me Philadelphia to win 31-26. D-Mac.
I'm going 24-17. Philly's offense didn't look great last week. Baker Mayfield and them, they're going to play defense. He's going to figure out a way, hopefully, to protect the ball. I think it'll be a closer game, defensive type game.
Heck.
Philadelphia. 13. I'm going 17-10.
He don't even want to pick the game. He couldn't even say
it. Give me Philly. We all understand what primetime Kirk Cousins is, man. So give me that Philly.
Hey, that's growth though. He picked Philly. I thought you was just gonna pick against them just because.
Got a score?
Oh yeah, score 31-24 Philly.
Okay. All right. Washington is at Denver. Give me Denver at home. Tough place to play.
What? Whoa!
Right.
Denver?
That's right.
I'm with you on that, too.
That's right.
I'm with you.
21-17. D-Mac?
It's a tough one.
This is.
They both
because I watched them play last week,
trash.
and I'm just like, goodness gracious. But I do think the Raiders were better than the Cardinals. Yeah. So I'm going to go with Denver as well. Maybe Jerry Jeudy plays. Maybe he doesn't. But you get you another weapon out there, I think they're going to be okay. But the score...
Score?
16-10, man. Goodness gracious. They lost last week, so I'm not even
last time for the Alabama people.
I'm gonna go with my favorite co-parent, Russell. I'm going 24-17.
24-17.
So we all Denver?
Yeah, I'm Denver. I'm Denver too. Yeah,
That's right. Tough place to play. That's right. What you got?
20-17.
20-17. Ciara gonna
Man
like
said
this show.
co-parent.
Ciara, come on the show. Jacksonville hosting Kansas
This is a
City.
tough one.
Got Trevor Lawrence, the fantasy team. So
They went in the Super Bowl, huh?
we got Kansas City winning 38-35.
You going to Kansas City?
Yeah,
surprised.
38-35.
Kelsey back?
Yeah. With Trevor Lawrence throwing like 5 touchdowns. So anyway,
So Kelsey's back.
I don't know. Is he? Chris Jones back, but
I don't
think he's gonna.
I don't think it matters. Am I next?
Yeah.
Because I'll go ahead and pick Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Duval.
There we go.
34-30.
High score.
Oh yeah, they're gonna put some buckets up.
Now I gotta go Patrick Mahomes. I'm going Kansas City. Yeah. I'm going Kansas City.
They can't go 0-2, huh?
Man, hey, Kansas City. All right, so
don't forget Detroit beat them last week. But yeah,
I'm going Kansas City. And score. Man, it's gonna be 31-21.
big one. 10-point lead.
Give me
10-point win, all right?
Duval. Let me get that 31-24.
31-24. Baltimore at Cincinnati. I will go first. I'm pretty sure I picked in my DMN picks. I'm pretty sure I picked Cincinnati. I'm going to go with a good old 24-23 Cincinnati victory. D-Mac.
Go Tigers. Joe Burrow and them, they're going to shake back this week, man. I don't see them going 0-2. I think they're going to come out here and they show what they really got. The 219 guaranteed is off his mind now. He cut his hair. He said, after you lose like that, he said, hey, when do you decide it's time to cut your hair? He said, after you get your butt whipped like that. All right, so he ready. All right, but I still think it's going to be a defensive struggle. 24-17.
Okay.
Man, I'm like Patrick Mahomes' dad. He's smoking that Joe Burrow.
That Burrow pack.
I think I got Baltimore, man. I think Baltimore gonna do them. Low score. I'm going. Let's go 20-17.
20? 2-0? Okay.
Yeah.
2-0-17.
Yeah, just give me Baltimore. Lamar offense gonna bounce back. Give me Baltimore 28-21.
28-21. All right. The New York Jets coming to Jerry World for the home opener. The Cowboys are a 10-point favorite in this game. Give me Dallas to win 26-20.
Dallas 26-20?
Yeah. You gonna put up some points. All right.
Yeah.
I thought you had faith in Dan Quinn.
20 points?
Say Brees off and let's go. That's what they say.
26-20? They gonna put up 20?
The streets.
You think the Jets are gonna put up 20?
Special teams.
Man, 31-10.
Oh.
Say it with your whole chest.
31.
Say it with your chest, dog.
31-10.
Whooping.
Oof. At the crib.
You know, you made me think. Okay, 17.
Goodness gracious.
26.
The way they went out and played last week, you think this dude finna come out here?
No, I don't have any faith in that. Okay, 26-17.
He made a flip again.
Is
Gabby Douglas. Oh, Gabby out there.
Little Simone Biles.
Yeah, little Simone.
Too.
Yeah,
Little
look,
Simone,
you top notch right now.
Yeah, got a couple gold medals. Heck no.
Y'all know where I'm going. I'm going with the Cowboys on this, and man, that Cowboy Reader gonna taste so good by the fourth quarter. So
Cowboy Reader.
It costs about $20 too. But I think we score at least, man, 24-10. I think
Call off the dogs.
Yeah.
Got them covering the spread. BC.
Nah, I'm going Cowboys. Oh, it's gonna be a massacre, man. Give me 28-7, something like that. Yeah, it's gonna be a massacre.
Okay. All right.
Boy, Brees Hall and them come in here and go nuts, man.
You gonna be hot about it?
So Thursday, recapping. So everybody's got Philly winning tonight. We've all got Philadelphia.
Man, that make me feel.
Everybody. Well, I should say.
Henderson.
Yeah.
So,
Everybody's got Philly covering because it's 7-point spreads. Everybody's got Philly covering here. Except me. No, I don't. I got 31-26, so I don't have Philly covering. But Heckman's got 17-10 Philadelphia. Church, you've got 31-24 Philly. Danny, you've got it 24-17 Philadelphia. So we all think Philly will win. I just think that Kirk Cousins going to get them garbage yards for you, baby.
as long as they give him to Jefferson. I need Jefferson rolling.
That is what he does. I mean, king of the garbage time is Kirk Cousins, which is what fantasy football is all about. That's why that man is good at that particular thing there. All right, we will do this tomorrow minus Mr. McCray, a little work duty he's got to do over there. He does work for the team. We have to remember that at times. You know, he does.
I'll be at a camp in Spanish Heritage Month. Okay, so we'll be at the men's the Leadership Academy.
Hit a little Spanish for him.
Yeah, hola, español.
Hello, Spanish.
Habla, I know it. Como te llamas? Okay. Habla español. Habla español. Look at him. Look at him.
Players Lounge. Adios. Adios on DallasCowboys.com.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?